Christopher Glenn Hickey. I'm 27 years old. I turned 27 here. I had a good childhood, dealing with like every issue that any other boy would have to deal with. I had an older brother. We fought, stuff like that. When I hit seventh grade, that's when I started messing around. That's when I didn't get too deep into it. It was just marijuana. And then I hit high school, started partying a lot more. Had my focus on partying a lot more than just high school. And that's when I started getting exposed to other things besides alcohol and marijuana. Thankfully, I graduated high school. And I grew up not knowing who God was. My mom believed in God and all that. And I don't know about my dad. Like the way my family is, and it's just not my immediate family. Like we could talk, but it ain't. I mean, it ain't usual to go into full detail about what you're going through, and I mean, I found out who I could do that with and who I can't, and who really listens and who doesn't, and I struggled with being lonely growing up. Like first of all, I've never been in jail or prison, but in here, like that's how it was, man. Like I didn't have no sanity, dude. Like I took anxiety medication for like stuff now that I have control of because of God, and I know how to cope with things in different ways, healthy ways. And I mean, and I know I'm never alone because God's always going to be there. And mm, um,
what are you feeling right now? If you could put it into words, like as you're talking about your past.
I'm just God gave me life, man. He gave me my life back. And I'm really thankful for that, man. I mean, I was living in a lie and was blind to that lie. Like I've never had encouragement or support like I've had here.
Hi, my name is Philip Ocaranza. I am just turned 40 in April. I am married. I've been almost married 5 years to a beautiful woman named Marcy. I have one child. His name is Marcus. He's just turned 13. Before this program, my life was pretty overwhelming. My head was filled with a bunch of negativity, self-doubt, worry, anxiety. I used to feel that void in my heart I chose alcohol to fill that void, and I mean, it was so hard just to think where my next drinks, and if I didn't have money, I would stress out. I would choose different ways to get intoxicated. I know when I first walked through that door, I just felt this is where I needed to be. Like God led me here. He allowed me to fall as far as I could, and then He said, "Okay, that's enough, son. I need you to take that first step. It's a scary step, because you think you can't do it, But next thing you know, you're graduating this program. You're 9 months sober and feeling great, and your family's I just picture my wife's face, how the joy in her face, like my husband's back, and she tells everybody, and it's just a great joy and happiness I feel, and I don't want to lose that. If I didn't have this, I think I would still be out there lost, just confused and stressed out, and I think it would eventually just overwhelm me and take me out. As the more I came into knowing the Lord and feeling that void was filled with His love, and I started feeling encouragement, feeling wanted, feeling loved, feeling needed. This life I'm going to have, my marriage is going to be brighter. My son is going to be seeing the change in his father and wanting to be more around. And I just my future is bright, and I want to say out there, anybody out there, this program works. This God is awesome. God loves you.
My name is Jessica. I'm from Fresno. I'm 28 years old. To be honest, I don't know where to start. I found myself in the deepest of pits, but God took me out of the darkness, which was my drug addiction, and He brought me into the path of light, which started with the VRN. Before I entered the House of Hope, I was living a life of chaos and self-destruction. I was in a high-volume, drug-influenced life. I made my family watch me for 9 years, destroy myself with meth. I I started hanging out with the wrong people, and sooner or later, I started to get in trouble with the law. They gave me chance after chance to get right on my own, which I didn't. And then my chances ran out, and I was locked up. And by the grace of God, the DA and probation agreed to try out the program for me. And I went straight from county to the VRM. And I even cried the first time I saw my drug test was clean. I just wanted to get out of that. Get away from the same people, places, and things. And Visalia Rescue Mission was, I kept hearing the House of Hope up in the air. So I thought I'd take a chance. And me spending time in jail was not going to change me. It probably would have just made me worse. Here, I'm clean, sober, and I have the Lord in my life, in my heart. I know who He is. I've been taught what He does for everybody. And I know that He'll never leave my side no matter what. I could proudly say that I have a new family with the House of Hope women. They mean everything to me. The VRM has not only changed my life, but also saved my life.
Hi, my name is Vicki Gray. I'm over 50 years young. I'm originally from Chicago. I'm the youngest of 4 children. When I was 14, I ran away from home due to dysfunctional chaos background. I suffered severe child abuse when I was younger, sexual, physical, emotional, and what I know now to be spiritual. I had only experimented with drugs before I ran away, with PCP, weed, acid, because it was the 70s. Several weeks after I ran away, I was introduced to heroin, and that became my best friend, or so I thought it was. Hence, it started a 37-year career of my addiction. Due to my lifestyle, my choices, and my behavior, I've spent 13 years in prison, several bouts in the county jail, the most recent being in 2013 where I did the RSEP program. My lifestyle, my behavior had taken its toll on me, and I had lost everything. In the past, when I had hit bottom, I still had material things. This time I had nothing. I found myself living in cars, abandoned houses, and I ended up living on a burned-up riverbed, roaming the streets every day like a stray animal. And like I said, my arrest was a blessing in disguise. I was arrested when I did the RSAP program, which is a residential substance abuse treatment program in jail. It was there that I started my relationship back with God. I've known God in my life, but I've never really known God. Before, when I was on that riverbed, I used to cry out to God, not to let me wake up. And I would take as many drugs and pills and whatever it took to knock me out, and would actually be angry in the morning when I woke up. But this time, I was out there, and I begged God to help me get out of there. When I first entered the program, within a short period of time, I went to a function, and I surrendered my life to God that day. And I just threw myself on the stage and asked God to help me and to change me, because I didn't know who I was or what I'd become, and I wanted something different in life. I've been in recovery before, and I was an NAAA guru, but I never, it never lasted very long. And I remember one time in one of my recoveries, my son telling me that you didn't change, you're just clean. And I argued the point with him. How could he say that? What do you mean by that? I went to college, I have a degree, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I didn't realize what that meant until now. After I came back, the whole program had changed. It wasn't just classes and an internship. Now it became part of a work academy and changed to the Life Change Academy, which I'm thankful, because it is a life change. It's just not a recovery program. It is a life change. I've had total restoration in my family. 2 years ago, my son wasn't even talking to me. He went to church with me 2 weeks ago and gave his life to God. We attend church regularly now. I've just been blessed for the 8th time as a grandma. I have a lot of interaction with my grandchildren. I've realized who I am now today. I'm not a lost soul that's just looking for something in life to do. Today, I'm a victor, not a victim. I'm a strong, courageous of God. I'm confident in who I am and where I'm going in life.
Hi, my name's Franklin. I'm 27 years old, from Riverside, California. Pretty much what brought me here is I grew up around just in a broken home a little bit, and time went on, I got involved in drugs whenever I was 11 years old. Started smoking pot and drinking and doing different things, and my life progressively just spiraled out of control as time went on. By the time I was 17, 18, I was fully blown out on meth and just living a real crazy lifestyle. Moved around a lot as a kid, never really stayed in one place. Just kind of got driven away from my family, ended up homeless. I was out on the streets off and on for a few years. In January of 2015, I moved here to Visalia with my mom, trying to stay out of trouble, and I just was sneaking around, not doing what was right. In February, I found out about the mission, and I came here. And since I've been here, God has been doing a lot of different things in my life. I was full of a lot of hate and a lot of resentment. Just didn't really like to be around anybody. I mean, just things were crazy. I don't know. Life was like a blur. I look back and wasted 16 years on BS, you know, and God has done miracles in my life since I've been here. I'm really I feel like I'm a changed person now. I feel like I see things different. I want to thank this place for having me in this program, and I want to thank my family for all of your guys' support. Thank you so much for sticking by me through this. You guys mean the world to me, and you guys are a big reason for the changes that I've made, and all the glory goes to God. And if there's anything I can say to you guys that are still in the program to encourage you, it's stick around. Don't leave until the miracle happens, because it will happen. The light comes at the end of the tunnel, guys. I promise you that. And just thank you, man, for everything. It's greatly appreciated. I don't know if I keep going or what.
Hello, my name is Jacob Four, and I'm 29 years old. I came from a broken home, and it just, it created a lot of chaos in my life, and just led me down some wrong paths. I made some wrong decisions going by pretty much what I learned from my elders, and it just made a lot of mistakes, and becoming a liar, a thief, just everything that there is that could be bad, and landed me in prison for a while. And then, it ruined my marriage, ruined my relationship with my whole family. Pretty much got disowned by most of them. I kept messing up, led me to go back to jail. I went to jail for a while. I was going to try to sleep at the park, but it was just too cold. So I ended up calling a cousin and ended up making a deal with her, or she made the deal, that if she let me sleep in her car, that she would bring me, that I had to come to the Visalia Rescue Mission the following day. And throughout the night I was trying to sleep, but it was really cold, and I just kept thinking, I don't want to go to this Visalia Rescue Mission. But then I rethought it and figured, well, I'm just going to be in the cold again tomorrow night if I don't do this. So she ended up bringing me here, and when I first got here I was a little iffy about it, and when I heard it was a faith-based program, I was like, I didn't think I was going to be that into it. But as time went along, I just, I started to enjoy myself and learn new things about God and learn how to decipher reading the Bible. This place has shown me a lot. God has shown me a lot through this place, and He's given me a lot of blessings. Yeah, this place has changed my life. I have a new way of thinking. I want to live for God, and I just want to do what He wants from me, I just want to follow the plan He has for me so I can prosper.
I was born into a dysfunctional family where father was physical abusive, mother was mentally abusive. At an early age, I was sexually abused by a family member. And I didn't know how to take that, because this person was supposed to care for me, was supposed to, protect me, and all that went out the window, and it just became survival now. This happened for about 2 years, and I didn't know how to speak it out, so I held this secret in my life for a very long time. I grew up really angry. I grew up quick learning how to use my words to keep people at bay. I am, as my brothers know, that I'm sarcastic because of that, of the abuse that I grew up in. Um, Mother was always saying I will never be amount to nothing, that I'm a devil in disguise, and started to believe that, taking that to school, not excelling, always to myself. And as I grew in a teenage life at 13, I got hit by a drunk driver and left my arm messed up. So I thought that my life was filled with misery and there's no hope. I felt unloved. It was a challenge, because I just thought that's all there was. So I joined a gang when I was in a young age after therapy of 2 years, and learning how to use my left hand was very hard, and I joined the gang, and I felt welcome because I didn't know what I know now, that I was in a cesspool of dysfunctional friends, and they accepted me right away. I landed in prison, was transporting people back and forth from Mexico, and doing that for a while, and finally got busted. And I believe that when I was in the holding cell, that's where God had met me. Little by little, He got me out of trouble, and I left them behind again. Then it was just all about meth. I mean, I got consumed by meth. That's all the thing I knew was meth. I remember being on the corner of Caldwell and Acres when I heard a whisper in my ear saying, "You promised me that you were going to get in the program." And that voice was so clear to me. I remember signing the papers, going into probation, and wondering what the heck I was doing, because all of a sudden it started coming to me and hitting me like a ton of bricks. It's been a good ride here these 8 months, and I'm going to miss my brothers, I'm looking forward to this adventure that God has for me. And I know that He's going to carry me and lift me up in areas that I need Him, and talk to Him and involve Him in everything that I do. I'm not going to leave Him out in anything, even if I go shopping or when I go anywhere. I got to involve Him in everything, because God is my everything.
Hi everyone, I'm a little nervous, so I'm going to read my testimony off this paper. Well, my name is Vanessa. I'm 25. My drug of choice was crystal meth. I got so deep into my drug addiction, I would do almost anything for it. I finally got locked up for first degree robbery with a strike. I was supposed to be at Chowchilla for 3 years, but I asked for a program, and on January 22nd, 2015, I came into the House of Hope, which I can say saved my life, not only for myself, but for my kids, Alina and Aiden. Before I came to the House of Hope, I didn't know Jesus, but now I can tell everyone proudly that God is real. The end.
My name is Bill Perry. I'm from Mariposa County, a little town of Hornitas. I'm 50 years old now. I had a good upbringing and parents that loved me. And at the age of 22, my family broke up. I went downhill from there. In and out of trouble for the last 30 years. I've been shot twice, had my jaw broke. It was just didn't have any spiritual guidance whatsoever. And after 30 years of just destructive living, the Honorable Judge Parrish from Mariposa County seen fit that I need to do a program, and the probation department picked Visalia Rescue Mission. So they brought me down here, and I was reluctant to be in the program. I just wanted to do the time and get gone. And after that first class, I thought I needed to be here. God needs to be a part of your life, and that all the core of all our problems is spiritual. And they show you how your emotions and feelings work. And I was in an assessment with Christy, and she asked me to describe God. And I had a little bit to say, but when she started talking, she said, "Well, let me see if I can help you." And she said, "Our Father," and she started describing God. And there was just this glow about her, and I really felt the presence of God. And this place has taught me that I don't have to live like I have lived.
Shout